To start off this week's episode, Colm heads to North County Dublin to meet a farmer who grows tomatoes in one of the most advanced glasshouses in the country. This story is all about youth and technology.
The story of Flynn tomatoes begins all the way back in the 1950s with a lady called Angela Flynn. She and Willie started their tomato growing business in old wooden glasshouses not far from the site of the current farm. In the 1970s, their son William came into the business, and now the third generation has joined. Martin is keen to put his stamp on the business, so I've come to North Dublin to see how technology is playing a big part in the way this young farmer grows tomatoes.
There's 3 acres in this glasshouse. It's our most modern glasshouse on the site. There'll be 55,000 plants in this glasshouse when it's all planted up.
And overall then, in your farm, how many tomato plants are you growing?
About 100,000 plants altogether.
That's amazing. It must make you the biggest tomato grower in Ireland.
Yeah, we've been one of the largest tomato growers in Ireland.
Obviously, technology is key here. Can you tell me what's the advantages of all this?
By building more modern glass in the last few years, we've been able to extend our season. So we can plant much earlier because this glasshouse is much higher than some of our older glasshouses, and there's much better light levels. So you have better airflow, and all the grow bags are raised off the ground, whereas in the old glasshouse they're on the ground. And the bag is up, and it's a lot warmer when it's up on a growing gutter, and that's much more labour-friendly way of growing as well. Everything in here is monitored, from the humidity to the CO2 levels to the temperature. Everything. So the computer, we have a climate computer which you control everything from, and you just tell it what you want it to do and it'll do it.
And the innovation continues in the glasshouse. Excess water that drains from the grow bags is put through UV filters before being pumped back into the glasshouse. And any excess CO2 from the heating system is also put back in. This is absorbed by the tomato plants, enhancing the growing process. So technology is playing a massive role here.
Every 2 to 3 weeks, we take an analysis. So we actually take a leaf from the plant, we send it to a laboratory in Holland, and they'll check what fertilisers and that is in the plant, and then we make up a scheme or a recipe and give the plant exactly what it needs.
So you're not cutting out waste and not spreading out too much fertiliser?
You're cutting out waste on fertiliser completely.
What's this place going to look like in 8 weeks' time?
So in 8 weeks' time, when you come back in here, this place will look very different. The plants will be at the top of them strings, so they'll have grown about 4 or 5 metres. All the bottom here will be red, and we'll be harvesting, so there'll be trolleys going up and down these rows harvesting the tomatoes, so it'll be completely different. You won't be able to see across the glasshouse because the plants will have grown up. You'll just be able to see up and down every row.
The entire site here in Swords is computer controlled, and it's science-led technology that plays a big part in determining how the plants are grown. He and many other growers have moved to new ways of producing as the market changes here in Ireland. But how important is the role that technology plays when it comes to growing tomatoes?
You could see us there, the automation from even the spraying there that we were doing, spraying on a foliar feed. You know, we would have had to walk up and down the rows doing that with a hose. Now we can just put the sprayer on at the end of the row, it'll go to the top and spray back. So even from harvesting the tomatoes, like the glasshouses are a lot higher now, so all the crop is a metre up off the ground. So you're walking along harvesting it, pushing a trolley up and down a pipe rail, which is easy to push. You tip it and it moves, so it's a lot easier for the staff now to harvest the tomatoes.
And what's the future look like for technology in the tomato industry?
This industry has come a huge way in the last 20 years, and the next 20 looks even more promising with regard to robotics.
Martin is now the third generation of tomato farmer here on the farm. Like many of the new generation of farmers, he's embraced technology and changed the growing methods used by his father and grandfather. Martin is playing his part in embracing the future.